Are you trying to reduce your weight? Some of you might have put some extra kilos and now you have no idea or you are struggling how to get rid of those extra kilos from your body. Welcome to episode number 9 of my weight loss journey. In this video today, I'll be sharing the recipes for day number 8, which is basically week 2, day 1. In my previous episodes, I have shared the recipes for one whole week, like 7 days. And in episode number 1, I have shared the details of my own weight loss journey, the equipment that you need, the calculation that you should do, like your BMI, for example, and number of calories you will be eating or you should be eating in order to have calorie deficit. If you have not watched those videos, I would highly recommend you to watch my previous videos, specifically episode number 1. So let's start this video today. Before I share the meal plan for today, I would like to show the progress that we made as a couple when we followed this diet plan. So if you see on my screen, when I started this whole process for my weight loss, my weight was 92 kilograms. And after following the diet plan I have shared with empty stomach, so basically on week number 2, day 1, before you eat anything, when you wake up early in the morning, an empty stomach, you need to measure your weight. And if you see, my weight has dropped to 90.6 kilograms. So basically in this one whole week, I lost about 1.4 kilograms of weight. And if you see my wife, on the other hand, she was 63 kilograms at the start of the weight loss. And then after 1 week, her weight dropped to 62.1 kilograms. So she lost 0.9 kgs. So obviously, we eat similar diet, but obviously every body type is different and every person needs different number of calories. And also, like when we are eating number of calories, they can be slightly more or less. So everybody has a different journey, different body types. So you can see we still both are able to reduce our weight, but the amount of weight that we lost is slightly different. But obviously, as I said earlier, the calorie deficit is the main thing. If you're able to reduce your calories, the number of calories that you should be taking and number of calories that you're eating, if there's a difference and if there's a deficit, only then you should be able to reduce your weight. If you're able to eat same number of calories as your body is requiring, then you will not be losing any weight. And if you're eating more number of calories, then obviously over the time you will tend to gain weight. Now, so basically the meal plan for today is very simple. We are going to start our breakfast with what we call scrambled eggs. And if you see on my screen, there are timings, so we should be taking our breakfast between 7 a.m. And to 8 a.m. And then we will be eating cherries for snack number 1. And then if you see, we are going to have red lentil curry for our lunch. For our snack number 2, we are going to have tea. And then for dinner, we will be having chicken veggie curry, basically. And obviously, at the end of the day, before we sleep, we are going to have green tea. Please make sure that you follow the timings that are mentioned in the slide, and please make sure that we sleep well as well. 8 glasses of water are very important, as I've been saying in my previous videos. And if you're able to sleep 7 to 8 hours, that would be great, because I know these days we are very busy and doing different sort of things. But if we are not able to give our body enough time to recover or enough time to sleep, then it means that we are not staying healthy. So let's start our breakfast. If you see, before I start my breakfast, I'll be taking 2 glasses of water before I eat anything. And then if you see on the slide, I have taken some vegetables. In episode number 1, I've mentioned that I will not be using peas, but you can have a little bit of it. So I have taken 40 grams of peas, 50 grams of corn, some onions, some tomatoes, and then you just need to take a little bit of olive oil, sprinkle it on a frying pan, and then you can add 2 eggs, and then you can add some sort of seasoning. I have taken black pepper and salt, and then you can just prepare your egg. And you can see in terms of calories, this particular breakfast has got approximately 297 calories. Now, moving on to the second meal for today, that would be our snack number 1. I'll be taking cherries today, but if cherries are not available, you can take any seasonal fruit. But obviously, before we start taking our snack number 1, we should be taking 1 glass of water. I'll be eating 80 grams of cherries, and if you look at the number of calories that it has got approximately 54 calories. And now moving on to the next part of our video, and that is our lunch. So today in our lunch, we're going to have red lentil curries. Some of you might like it. Some of you might use other sort of lentils, for example, lentils with skin, for example, or you can have kidney beans or the sort of beans that are available. It's totally up to you. But again, this is quite delicious. Again, you can play around with the recipes. So obviously, what I need to do is basically I'll be soaking approximately 200 grams of lentils in water, leave it for let's say 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and then I will take a cooking utensil. I'm going to put one tablespoon of olive oil, and then I'll be taking 200 grams of chopped onions and approximately 200 grams of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of ginger paste and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste, and then I will add some water in, and then using hand blender, I will basically, after cooking it for some time, when the onions are brownish, and after mixing tomatoes, then I'll be able to blend it, and then I'm going to add some seasoning. I'll be writing descriptions on the description that what I have put in for seasoning, and then you can add your lentils, and then you can cook it for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. I also like lemon. Lemon is also very good for weight loss, so I have added 100 grams of lemon juice. And remember, before you take your lunch, you should be drinking 2 glasses of water. And you can see the plate size. I have taken approximately 200 grams of lentil curry in the plate, and then you can see half of the plate is covered with the vegetables. So you can take white radish or like tomatoes, onions, or any sort of vegetables salad that you'd like, or some sort of lettuce, for example, or green salad leaves. Totally up to you. If you look at the number of calories in this particular meal, they are basically 540 calories in this meal. But please make sure that before you have your lunch, you should be having 2 glasses of water. That is very much important, and it should be taken 20 minutes before you take your lunch. And then we move on to snack number 2. Snack number 2, I will be taking tea. You can have green tea, for example, or you can take simple tea. The recipe is very simple. You know how to make tea. Depending upon whether you are lactose intolerant or not, I'll be using almond milk, approximately 200 grams. Instead of using sugar, I'll be adding some stevia, and then obviously a tea bag, and then you can just cook it. If you look at the number of calories in this tea, they are approximately 30 calories. And now we move on to the next part, the main course for today, or the last main course of the day, and that is basically dinner. So in dinner, we are going to have chicken veggie curry, basically. So I have taken, because I prepare meal for my family as well, so you can see I have taken 400 grams of chicken, and then you can just put in the stove and then cook it. It is basically, it has its own water content as well, so you don't need to add any oil. You just cook it for some time, and then keep stirring it as well. And then I'm going to add some seasoning. You'll be able to see what seasoning I have added, and then I'll be taking only 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We should not be using too much of oil, as I said earlier, because oil contains too many calories. And then I'll be adding some sort of vegetables. If you see over here, I have added tomatoes, I've added some sweet pepper, I've taken some corn, and I've taken some peas as well. As I said in episode number 1, I will not be using peas, but again, if you are consuming it in a very little amount or moderate amount, that should be all right. And then I'll be adding all these vegetables in the cooking utensil, and then I'll be cooking it for roughly 30 to 40 minutes, and then stirring it side by side as well. And then if you see, I will also be consuming vegetable salad. So I've taken cucumber, carrot, some tomatoes, and some paprika, or you can say capsicum. And then I'm going to chop all of these vegetables. If you would like to add, you can add some sort of yogurt, but should not be more than 100 grams, or I'll be using lemon, for example. And if you look at the plate size, the amount of chicken that I've taken from this particular meal is 150 grams of the chicken plus vegetables. And if you look at the number of calories for this meal, they are approximately 740 calories. So now moving on to the last part of today, and that is green tea. You can follow any recipes. Obviously, I'll be using moringa. I've been mentioning about the benefits of moringa and also having green tea. There are loads of benefits. Please make sure that you do not put any sugar inside it. You can use stevia instead. So this is it for today. Obviously, we'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to share the recipe for week number 2, and that is day number 2, or basically you can say day number 9 so far. Please make sure that you follow the timings. 8 glasses of water are very important. If you can do, please do 30 minutes of any easy exercise, walking, for example, or brisk walking, or some amount of push-ups, for example, or skipping ropes, like some basic exercises that you can Google or you can watch videos, because it is very important. You don't want to lose your muscles at the same time, and a little bit of exercise is also healthy. Every single day you should be taking some time, and you can do in the morning or do in the evening, depending upon what time you've got. And also, if you need help in your weight loss journey, we can provide one-to-one support. Please email us at info@AGS and we will try to help as much as we can. Please do share my videos. Please subscribe my channel. And thank you so much for watching my videos. Amir Hassan signing off.